In 2018, it became legal again to commercially produce hemp within the United States, which is great because the Tax Act of 1937 and the Controlled Substance Act of 1980 are complete, utter jokes. Don't get me started, this history teacher, on a tangent of why those are so terrible. But the good news is we have two ingredients that have become pretty popular in the beard game, especially within the last 2 years, and that would be CBD oil and hemp seed oil. But there's a lot of confusion out there. There's a lot of mismarketing, as I would call it, with these two products and these two ingredients. And I'm going to break down the differences between these two different ingredients for you guys today. The main thing is the source, how it's produced, the benefits, all of those things. And I will cover all of them. My name, guys, is DanCBearded. Welcome to the channel. If you are new here and you like beards, even if you're not, you just want to check out these ingredients, welcome as well. And a huge thank you to everyone that is coming back, the subscribers, the people that are viewing. You are appreciated. If you like this content, consider subscribing. It does make a difference for the channel, my life, and my passion. So thank you guys one more time. I hope you enjoy this content. Let's start off by establishing some vocabulary, and I'm going to be very specific here. We're going to talk about hemp and marijuana. They are both varieties of the same species. Hemp is going to equal less than 0.3% THC, and marijuana is going to be 0.3% THC or more. Now, they both have different growing and cultivating methods of that same plant species. Hemp is usually grown outside. It can be bigger. It doesn't have a ton of control as compared to marijuana, which is often grown commercially inside. It's very controlled and usually has smaller plants. That is the first major difference we've seen between these two different ingredients. Okay, let's talk about where these two ingredients come from and how we actually get them. So we established we have the hemp plant, which is less than 0.3% THC, and we have the marijuana plant, which is 0.3% THC or more, usually much more. We're getting up to upwards of like 30% THC possible. Well, as of 2018, because of the Farm Bill in the United States, it again is legal to produce hemp, but it is not federally legal to produce CBD oil or hemp seed oil from marijuana. So we're going to disregard this plant over here, and we're going to talk about the hemp plant producing these ones. The first one is pretty simple, as the name says. Hemp seed oil comes from the seeds of that hemp plant. Essentially, they take those seeds and they use the cold press method. All that means is they squeeze the seed until oil comes out, and in that oil there is very little to no THC, and we'll come back to that a little bit later in this episode. But we now need to look at the CBD ingredient. Now, this primarily comes from the leaves and the flowers of the hemp plant. There's also the stalk and a couple other aspects, but primarily we are looking at the leaves and the flowers. Now, how do you get this ingredient out? It's a little bit more intense, and it is called the carbon dioxide extraction method, and there's a little bit more to that, but essentially they are removing that ingredient. Now, here's the interesting thing. CBD is CBD. It is the same whether it comes from the hemp plant or it comes from the marijuana plant, but in the US, federally legal only from that hemp plant. But we're taking that plant and we have two different areas, the seeds as compared to the flowers and the leaves. For this next part, let's cover the question a lot of you are thinking, a lot of you have asked, or you have looked up. And let's establish some vocabulary here. THC, essentially that is the part of the marijuana or cannabis plant that will get people high. Now, hemp seed oil is very simple. There is zero THC in hemp seed oil, none. Easy goes. CBD is a little bit more difficult because we have different types of CBD, but for this video, let's go over the full spectrum CBD. That's going to give you all of the benefits, and within that, it is legally allowed to have up to 0.3% of that THC level. Now, will that get you high? No. It would take you to drink about 600 bottles of beard oil that have CBD oil in it, even full spectrum, in one night to fail a drug test or to get high. Now, to feel that, you are probably going to feel some other things with drinking 600 bottles of beard oil before you felt any of those THC impacts on there. So no, if you are using CBD in beard products, you are not going to fail a drug test. You are not going to get high. Do not drink it. Do not try to have any result of getting high from these products. It is not going to do that with that legal limit of 0.3% CBD with THC. Next, let's compare the different properties and benefits between these two ingredients. And to begin, the CBD oil is going to be much more expensive than hemp seed oil. And you want to make sure you are finding somewhere that has a COA, a certificate of analysis, because it is important to get these things checked out by a lab. Do not go on Google. Do not go on Amazon to try and find CBD oil. Chances are you're going to find it on Amazon, but if you really look into the fine print and the fine details, they're just selling you hemp seed oil. Now, what do these do? They actually do pretty much the same thing, but CBD oil is just better at it. And don't get me wrong, hemp seed oil is one of my absolute favorite carriers, but everything it does, CBD oil also does, just at a higher level. Now, the one that is the most common benefit between the two of them when it comes to hair and skin, and again, that is important. If you guys look up the benefits of CBD oil or hemp seed oil online, you're likely going to find a lot of information about diet, and we're not covering that here. We are covering how does it help your beard hairs and the skin underneath it, and the number one way is they are both great anti-inflammatory ingredients. Essentially, what happens is your skin where it meets the hair is going to swell up from many different things like stress, poor diets, poor grooming habits, just being a man, being out in the sun, just living life is going to get that skin where it meets the hair, it's going to swell up. And what happens is it does not allow blood to flow to that source, and we know blood flow is important for the growth and health of your hair. I've talked about this on many times on live streams. We launched the CBD product on YouTube, which YouTube actually took the stream down, which was kind of crazy if you guys were there. But I've gone over this, but just to reiterate that anti-inflammation is really important. Hemp seed oil is great at it. CBD oil is phenomenal at it, right? Hemp seed oil is an all-star, while CBD oil is in the Hall of Fame, one of the greatest pros of all time, which is interesting when you look at them, but the price also matches when it comes to those two different things. So know where you're getting this stuff if you have it. If a company is using CBD oil, they likely have one of those COAs. I know plenty of beard companies that are happy to give that to you because they need it to get banking and to get funding and to sell it. It is something that is kind of gray area in the US. It can be done. It is legal, but a lot of places and banks in particular kind of like, I don't really want to address this because it's just been within the last 2 years where it has been legal. Places like Canada and Europe have been doing it for a very long time and have been really boasting about the properties of both of these ingredients. The US, we just had some terrible legislation in our history that set us back, but we're here now, all right? I'm going to come back to you guys in 2 seconds with a conclusion, wrap up all these thoughts, and challenge you guys to leave a comment or question down below. I believe I've covered everything in this video that I had planned on. I wanted to make something that was kind of quick, easy to deliver to you guys and to digest, because this is a topic that you can dive much deeper into. You can get far more scientific than I did today, and I'm open to that. If that's something that you guys would want in the future, let me know in the comments, but oftentimes those videos do not do as well, so that tells me that you prefer this style. But again, I'm here to help you guys and give you the information that you are wanting, so let me know if this fits your needs, or do you want me to go deeper on this? So we talked about where they come from. We talked about the differences, maybe some misconceptions in there, and just overall information about hemp seed oil as compared to CBD oil. So to leave you guys with 2 things, please help me out here. First thing is, have you ever had experience with hemp seed oil or CBD oil? What are your thoughts? Did you notice any differences, any benefits? Nothing at all? Maybe you had some adverse reactions. Bring that to us in the comments down below. And then do you have any questions? Was there something you were wondering about these ingredients that I did not get to? I would be happy to give you guys the answer if I know it, or try to find it if I do not, or point you in the right direction to somebody that may know the answer. So thank you guys for watching. I love these kinds of videos. A lot of you like to call me the trusted teacher for all things beard related, and hopefully I'm living up to that name with videos just like this. DanCBearded. I hope that you guys stay bearded and stay positive.